Okay. No, it should be that space right there. Okay. So again, apologies for last week. We didn't have a stretching class just because we were away, and my instructors have done enough. They're not really, again, not that they can't stretch, but teaching a stretching class is very different because you've got to basically keep stretching interesting for 45 minutes. So again, what we're going to do is we're going to have a classic stretch today. We're going to go back to some things that we do a lot of the time, but the idea is now that because it's so warm, hopefully you guys will feel more open. But if you do need to take 5 for any reason to have a drink or whatever, just step aside and have a drink, okay? Because it is warm, okay? So if you stand up, do a very light warm-up. While we're doing these warm-ups, really concentrate on your breath. I've been saying all week that controlling your breath is the best way to stay cool in this very warm weather. Okay, so feet try to control apart. We're just going to do the 4 squats, okay? So we're going to come down, full squat, breathe out, come up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Try to get back as straight as you can. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So now we're going to do a forward foot. I'm showing you from the side. Keep my legs as straight as you can. You can have your legs together or legs shoulder width is totally fine. Trying to keep your back as straight, so you only tip at the hinge. You're trying to come forward as far as you can. Wait till your hamstrings are engaged, then use your hamstrings to pull you back up. Okay? Ready, and going forward. 1, 2, 3. Try and keep the legs and the back as straight as you can. 4, 5, 6, 7. Should be able to feel yourself going a little bit lower now. 8, and don't force it. If you get your elbows to your knees, that shows improvement. 9, and 10. Cool. Now we're going to come back to the squats, but this time I'm going to turn my toes out as far as I can. Sometimes you feel like you're going to fall forward or backwards, so what I do is I go down, is I turn my thumbs back. This helps me to keep my balance, okay? So coming down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. On the 10th one, we're going to stay down there. 9, 10, stay down there. Okay, lift up one heel, put it down, lift up the other heel, put it down. Now try and lift up both heels. And down, and stand up. There we go. Okay, now from this position, I'm going to turn slightly to show you. I'm bending into the knee, and I'm straightening the leg and folding forward. forward. So as I bend the knee, I upright myself. As I straighten the leg, I fold forward. Okay? Let's give that a go. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Change. Bend the knee first. Straighten the leg. Lean. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Last of the squats now. This is the yoga squat. So heels just widen your hips, toes go out at a slight angle. Okay. Sit down as low as you can, trying to keep your heels on the floor and get back as straight as you can. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now take your legs out as wide as you feel comfortable. This is very important. You're going to want to lean forward. That's natural. But try and keep your shoulders over your hips. You have your hands to the side of wherever's comfortable. I'm just going to lean down as low as I can. Come up and then lean to the other side. So each side will be 1. Okay, so go side to side. So lean, lean, that's 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, get it lower, 8, 9, and 10. Now I hope we can achieve this, okay? There are 3 walls, need a very small amount of space. I'm going to show you guys first what you need to do. So, let me use this wall here. That's what I'm going to do. Basically, I've got my foot against the wall at the bottom of the wall, okay? What you're going to try and do is put your hands all, and maybe you can get your fingertips to the floor, fingertips to the wall, you get your knuckles and your hands. If you get your hands to the wall, you're going to start to walk your hands down to your feet, okay? So, and take a yoga block or 2 with you, okay? So let me just move these out of the way so we can get some more space in there. There's a wall right here as well. So anyone needs space, Jade? Emma? There's a wall right here. You go this. Okay, so put your 1 foot against the wall, your hands high on the wall, and start to walk your hands down. Now, if that is excruciatingly painful for you, stay there. If you can't feel anything at all, you put a yoga block between your foot and the wall. Okay, and try again. very, very flexible. You can do 2 yoga blocks, but 1 is enough for me. Okay, and then change legs. Push that foot as much to the wall as you can. Put the hands on the ball. Start walking your hands down. Stay there or use the yoga block. And come on. Come back to your spot. That's one of the best calf stretches I know. Okay. So we're going to do a yoga flow now. I'm not going to do all the sun salutation vinyasa because we're only going to get warmer. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go from a standing. Again, I'm doing it side on because it's easier to see. But you just stand somewhere where it's comfortable for you. Okay. So instead of going to my full sun salutation, I'm just going to take one leg back at my crescent lunge. So I'm going to lift up your arms. One leg back. That's it. And it's on the ball of your foot. On the ball of your foot now. Now just lower the knee to the floor and then try and use your weight to pick it back up. 1. That's it, good. And then 2. Try and lift it back up. If you put your hands down, that's fine. 1 more time. 3. On the 3rd one, stay there. Now, what's going to happen is you're going to reach your opposite hand forward and take this hand back. As we breathe in, we're going to push forward. So push it forward so you feel it here in your hip flexor. As you breathe out, bring your arms up. So open wide, push forward, breathe in, breathe out and come back. 1 more time, push forward. This time, hook your elbow on the outside of your knee. Palms together and look up to the ceiling. Now you can stay there, but for a little challenge now, you're going to pick your knee off the floor again. Up. Okay. Now, put your opposite hand down, other hand up. Good. And then, you're going to turn your feet out so the blade of your foot's on the floor. Okay. And just turn, stand up, and step up. And do all that on the other side now. Okay? So, take other leg back, your crescent lunge, hands up. Now, drop the knee gently to the floor slowly. And then with control, pick it back up. 1. And again, slow with control. And lift up. Last time, slow with control down. Then breathe in, open up the arms, push forward. Come up, breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Last time, breathe in. And take your elbow to your opposite knee and twist. Look up to the ceiling. Now, feel free to stay there or try and pick up your back knee. Now, put the opposite hand to the floor and twist. That's it. Again, look up to that hand. Now, you're going to turn your feet over so your straight leg turns over onto the blade of the foot and your toe turns out at a 45 degree. Good. Turn back and stand back up. Okay, good. This time, we're going to change legs again. We're going to take the leg back in a warrior 1. A warrior 1 now. Back leg, heel on the floor, front leg bent. So from here, arms are forward, lift up with the arms, and then push forward, bend to that front as the arms come down. So breathe in and lift. Breathe out. Push forward. One more time, breathe in. And deep as warrior one. Now we're going to take the back leg in line with the front heel and open up to warrior two. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to breathe in, straight the legs, breathe out, and open. Breathe in, open. One more time, breathe in, and open. Now lean into extended side angle. Now, again, I'm going to show you some options to see how open you are. This is where you might need your block. Am I along? Okay, so you can leave your hand here, or you can take it down onto the block here. Any level, highest level, medium level, lowest level, no block at all. But what you don't want to do is have that top shoulder arching down. So wherever you are, just breathe. Now, using your core, come back up. Now keep that front knee bent, turn the front palm up, and reverse warrior. Again, we're going to straighten the leg, walk the fingertips down the back leg, and bend the knee again so you can go a little bit deeper. Breathe in, come up, walk the fingertips down the back leg maybe, and bend. Come back to warrior two. Straighten the front leg. Reach forward into your triangle. And again, onto a block or onto the floor. Make sure the back shoulder is not coming forward. Two arms are in line. And we're going to put that hand on the hip. Your hand on the block, on the floor. Reach forward. And come up for half moon pose. Now, from this position, what you're trying to do is as smooth as you can, tip back with control to warrior two. Go. Stand up. So the wall is to the other side now. Okay, so remember which leg you did, don't do the same leg twice. Take the other leg back. Okay, so again, warrior one, breathe in, straighten, breathe out. Forward. Then forward. Breathe in. Push forward. Turn that back leg in line with your front leg and open up to warrior two. Again, you're going to straighten the legs and bend them. We're going to leave that extended side angle. Feel free to stay here if this causes you enough sensation. If you want to be a bit more challenging, you can put the block on the inside or outside of the leg. Tallest block, medium block, lowest block, no block at all. Make sure you can breathe naturally as you were at the start and that you're not compromising your form. Use your core to come back up. Tip the front palm back and reverse forward. Straighten the leg, walk the fingertips down the back leg, and bend into it. And again, straighten. Fingers down and bend. Okay. Come up, talk to warrior two. Straighten the front leg, tip forward into your triangle pose. Then use a block, put your hand on your leg, wherever you are. Put your top hand on your hip, bend the front knee, walk the leg forward onto a block on the floor, and come up to half moon pose. And as smooth as you can, tip back into your deepest warrior two. And step up. Just that. So that's the yoga section done. We're going to come down to the floor now for some floor stretching. I say what, everyone grab a quick drink. It is warm. Go get a quick drink and then come back in. No, we don't usually have a break. We do sell water if you want some water. All right, I just look at everyone sweating and go like, give them a drink, they might pass out. Because some people are going to go on and do 2 more classes. Because they don't like me getting lonely. That's what it is. I'm going to take you through a floor pose now. But again, it's a good one for measuring. When I first started doing this pose, I couldn't. Basically, it's called lizard pose, which is a great name. I didn't know that. And at the start, I could get it on my hands, but I couldn't get it on my forearms comfortably both sides. So maybe you're not quite there today, but again, for measuring your flexibility, you can build up to it. So if I just show you the basic thing of the lizard pose, pretty similar to what we're doing so far. You're here in your plank, and you just walk your foot up here and hold. Now, for most of you, this should be quite easy. So the idea is, what makes it more difficult is to get down onto your forearms, okay? Now, a middle bit, if you're not quite there on your forearms yet, is to have your blocks either on this height or this height, and put your forearms here. Do you understand? Okay, so hands, or even you can have your hands up here. Putting your hands is difficult, okay? So wherever you are, it's going to go into your lizard pose now, okay? So, up here in our lizard pose, and then see if you can drop one forearm, then the other. But if you can't quite get there, don't force it. Try and go onto blocks. Try and find a halfway point so you can breathe. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to drop that back knee like we did in the yoga section and lift it back up 10 times. Okay, so dropping the knee and picking up. It's only a small movement, but ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And just drop your back knee, come up onto your hands. So again, I'm going to show you a bunch of variations of this next stretch. I'm going to show this one from the side. It's probably easier to see. So I'm here on my hands, and I'm going to bend this back leg. Now, for some of you, this might be enough. You can reach back with same hand or opposite hand. You can come up onto your knee like this, or you can drop down onto your forearm, either on the block or on the floor. Okay, so we're going to do this quadricep stretch now. Okay, go for it. Just go through the variations. You can be on your hands. Have your hand on the leg. You have a block, or you can be to the floor. Finally, with the same leg forward, I'm going to sit down with my heel to the side like this. Now, for some of you, that might be really uncomfortable. So my suggestion is to sit on your block. Don't want to have any pressure on the knee here. Now, usually I can touch my toes. but with my foot straight back like this, I can't. So that shows that I've got a little weakness there. So if you're like, huh, I can't go very far forward, don't worry, that's normal. Okay, you're going to try and reach for your foot now with one hand, with the other hand, or with both hands. Fantastic. Okay, good. And then we're going to do all the same stretches on the other side. Okay, so yeah, come into your lizard pose. Nice and comfortable. See if you can drop onto your forearms. Maybe you're more flexible on one side than the other. This is very common. And when you're ready, I'm going to drop that knee and pick it back up. Okay, so dropping the knee. Ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you're going to sit up, drop the back knee, reach back with the same hand, opposite hand. And again, you can be up on your hand here, you can bring up on your knee here, or you can drop down to your forearm, wherever's good for you. Good. And then sit back on that heel, use a block if that's not comfortable for you. And we're going to stretch forward that front straight leg. Again, you have your hands on blocks. Okay, all right, let's sit down. Now, usually the last 10 minutes or so of the class, I usually do a little bit of leg conditioning or some sort of conditioning, but it's too hot for that. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to do a bunch of tests to see if our flexibility is improved in the hot weather. Does that make sense? So start off, again, depends on your flexibility, but fairly basic tests, and then get into more advanced tests to see how we're doing. Okay, the first one that I like is take one leg straight and bring your one foot into your sort of groin waist area. Okay, so we're going to hug it in, then we're going to grab the top of the foot with the same hand. So with the same hand, grab the top of the foot, pinky finger out, and we're going to straighten the leg and take it forward. Now again, this is one I love to give people. Go on the inside first, Jay. Slightly easier. Use this other hand to push it down. So this is like test number 1. And again, it's one of the ones where when I started, I couldn't straighten my leg, and then when I could, it was great. And then pull it back in. Now you're going to pull your foot to your chest. You either do this cradle action motion, or you can do it like a bicep curl. Okay. This time, we're going to grab the outside edge of the foot, and then we're going to try and take it up in front of us, but now as high as we can. Keeping our back as straight as possible. Good, Michael. Big improvement. Look at that. And then, very important, we're going to bring the foot to the head, not the head to the foot. So, head to the foot is easy, foot to the head is harder. Okay. Now you're going to grab the top of the heel, and you're going to take it out to the side. Try not to grimace, try and breathe naturally, smile if you can. I know, it's hard. Okay, and then change legs. That's a good testing stretch to do in the warm weather to see if we've improved. Hug it into the groin first. And then grab the top inside part of the foot, and just take it forward. Bring it back in to your chest area, hug it in. And then grab the outside edge of the foot and take it up a little bit higher. Good. Then bring the foot to the head. Grab the top with the heel. Take it up to the side. And breathe. Don't hold your breath. Okay, come in. Okay, keep your legs shake. Let's take the legs wide. Do a straddle stretch. Now, very important on this one is to make sure that you can keep your back straight. So this is where two blocks to help you sit up straight. What we want to be able to do is to tip our hips forward. Okay, so in order to do that, we're going to use a breathing pattern of breathing in and arching the spine, and breathing out, rolling forward. So breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay. Now, test number 1. Can I grab my foot with one hand? Fast. Come up. Grab my other foot. Okay, not so easy now. I'm going to reach over and pinch my big toe with the opposite hand. Okay, come up. Go to the other side. Reach over. Twist. Okay. Now the hardest one, just to explain that this and walking your hand down your arm can be very helpful. If you're not quite there, grab them with both hands. But you're going to try and reach now and grab your foot with both hands. And an add-on is, can you drop your forehead to your knee? And these are all tests to see where we are now. Maybe just go an inch further in the warm weather. That's fantastic. Okay, come up. Switch. Okay, good. Come up. Now, hopefully, you feel a little bit more open now. So what you do, one hand behind, one hand forward. Lift up and take your legs a little bit wider. Now, ultimate test. How far can you walk your hands forward? So again, go do that breathing technique that I showed you earlier. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Okay, bring them in. The rock side to side, because I know that's incredibly intense. Okay. Now we're going to do a little hip action to cool down our hips. Okay. So you can go 90-90 to pigeon. I'm just going to show the 90-90 version here. So feet are here, and we're just going to fold forward over our hip. Now, again, there are options here. Your hands can be in line with your foot. Your hands can be forward of your leg. Forearms can be down. You can be resting on blocks or your hands, or you can have your head all the way down to the floor. Good. Come up. Other side. Start with your 90-90. Nice in position. And again, you can put a block underneath your hip to level yourself out. Hands can be in line. Front. Arms down. Okay, come on up. Now we're going to do my nemesis stretch, the one that I hate doing because I'm so disappointed when I can't do it. So another thing, if you cannot, basically it's an easy one to test. If you cannot sit up in this L, you need to be able to sit on a block again, okay? Until you can sit up straight like this with flat back, okay? So make sure you can do that first. So again, it's a good test, okay? So let's say you're slouching a bit here, just scoot your hips back. That helps you to open up real quick. So just scoot back, helps you to sit more forward. Okay. Now, when I first reach for my toes every time, I'm like this. I'm like Frankenstein, pretty far away. So do a little hack, a little cheat, where you bend your knees comfortably until you get your chest to your legs. Okay. Now, pull your toes back to engage your calves and try and squeeze everything for 5 seconds. Okay. So let's do a little hack. So squeeze. Right. Come back to the straight legs and now reach forward. Way further. Okay. So let's do it again. So bend the legs, lean forward. So what I'm doing is, first of all, is grabbing the tops of the toes. Now I'm grabbing the sides of the feet. Okay. So again, hold on with your life. Squeeze everything tight. Let go. Straighten. And deep breath. Better. Last one. Give them a shake, because I know this is quite intense. Okay, let's go for it. So we're going to reach forward. Now this time I'm going to grab the heels. Really forward. Legs are bent beneath them. And squeeze everything. Push the heels into the hands. Okay, relax. Give them a shake. Arms up. Reach forward. Come up, give a relationship. Okay, so I don't know if you guys know Wim Hof, very famous for breathing and doing crazy stunts in the water, but he basically said there's a couple of stretches you should do every day, and our forward fold is one that he says to do every day. The other one is a shoulder stand. Now, if you've got neck injuries, I wouldn't recommend that you can just do bridge, but basically I'll show you the sequence first. Okay, because when you started, you won't be able to see me. Okay, so I'll show you first, and you guys can do it. Okay, so basically, you're going to lean back, come into this position here. Now you can stay here. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to straighten your legs as straight as you can. Now here's the tricky bit. I try and take my hands away and balance on my shoulders. Now, not all of you are going to be able to do that, okay? But it's another stretch that Wim Hof says that you're trying to aim to do, okay? So even though you can't see me, I'm going to talk you through it. But at any time you're like, this doesn't feel too good, just stop. And also, another thing you can do is put your feet against the wall so you know you're not going to tip forward. So that option's always there for you as well. So let's start slowly. So lie on your back and roll up into the deaf man's pose. Now, you start by extending one leg and then bringing it in. Now extend the other leg and bring it in. Now, see if you can go on your shoulders a little bit more and extend both legs. Now, for most of you, you're going to stay there. This is how you build up to it. If you feel confident that you're on your shoulders, you're far enough forward, you can take one hand off and put it on your leg. And then bring it back. Now, put the other hand on your leg. If that's going well, try 2 hands. Bring it back, bend the knees, and slowly roll forward. Okay, cool. Now, something a little bit fun now. How much time have I got? Oh, I got 5 minutes. Good. Cool. So sit however you need to sit comfortably. Okay. So we're going to finish with a bit of a breathing exercise. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take 20 fast breaths in. I'm not counting because I'm breathing with you. But roughly, it'll be about 20 to 30. Now you can breathe in and out through your mouth, but I always prefer to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. You're trying to breathe in and out as quickly as you can. Okay, that's the objective. And then on the 20th breath, we're going to breathe out all the oxygen. Now, what I'm going to do is you have to go to my time. So basically, I'm going to say go, and I'm going to hit the timer. Okay, and then you're going to see how long you can hold your breath with no oxygen left in your lungs. It won't be very long. Okay, we're just going to do 3 rounds of this. This is one of the things that Wim Hof, crazy Wim Hof, thinks you need to do to stop all disease and all medicine. So just, again, it's a bit hot today, so I thought we'd do something a bit fun. But again, I'm just saying this is not my theory. I don't know if this is right, but Wim Hof has done, like, he's got about 16, 20 world records for holding his breath. So he obviously knows what he's talking about holding his breath. Okay, so just breathe in and out quickly, okay? 20 times. Get ready, let all the oxygen out, and go. Okay, all right, so let's try it again. So you reset the time. Hopefully everyone looked up the time when they finished. This time we're going to do it again. The objective is to try and hold it just like, even if it's a second longer. Does that make sense? Okay. What helps me is closing my eyes, because then I'm not distracted by looking around and panicking. Okay. Try and be within your own thing. Okay, so we're going to start breathing in and out again, and go for it. Get ready to breathe everything out. Here we go. Is everyone feeling? Getting like the head? Yeah, good. Okay. Last time. That should be good. Okay. So, ready, 20 breaths. And go for it. Breathe all out. Okay, sorry, I haven't done that for a while, but again, hopefully you feel something a little bit different now, breathing like that, okay? And again, what he says, it feels energies, and you, there's little tests you can do with an acidity stick. But basically, you put it in before, it's one color, and then afterwards, you alkaline your blood, so it feels very different, okay? So just a little thing you can do every day. He's got a little free app where you do these exercises every day. So it's cold showers, things like that. So again, just something to think about. Thanks, guys. Thanks for sticking with me on such a hot day. I appreciate it. Cheers.